So now it's time to get our second sub-weapon and start learning the infinite jump. The mechanic for how it works is similar to infinite jumps in other games. Basically, when switching equipment, there's a frame where your animation resets and we're able to start another normal jump from midair. We can do that by using the horn, then swapping to the boomerang and jumping at the same time. In order to do it simply, we have to review some key bindings first. For use gear, we want a second keybind that's going to be easy for timing, so we'll put this on up scroll. Next gear, this button immediately swaps to your next gear slot when you press it. We want to time it with jump, so let's put it on F. Jump can stay on space. Dash, we want to use this without much effort after using the IJ, so we'll put it on down scroll. To start, you want to make sure that the horn is your active sub-weapon, then jump with space, use the horn with up scroll, then tap F and space at the same time to get another jump. You should see war cancel out of the horn animation and get another jump. If you fall instead, it's most likely an issue with timing. However, if you can't seem to get it at all, it might be the keyboard. We've seen some wireless ones that just don't work for this. Now, after doing the midair jump, if you press next gear 2 more times, war will cycle back to the horn and we can repeat the whole process. So the infinite jump combo becomes jump, use the horn with up scroll, then tap next gear and space 3 times in a row, then use the horn again, tap next gear and space 3 times, and keep repeating that. It's really important to take it slowly and count out the 3 presses. When you drop an infinite jump, it's much easier to recover if you're doing each IJ cycle methodically rather than mashing it. Keep practicing until you're able to do it several times in a row. We'll be needing this trick a lot for the rest of the run. This is generally the point that makes or breaks Darksiders for new runners, as it can seem like a one-trick pony after this. However, as you progress with your technical skill, you'll find a lot of variation in the infinite jump, and it's always something that can improve. For this guide, we'll be going through the old routes with forward movement. As you get more proficient with the infinite jump, you can start working on learning the new routes and the advanced movement. One quick note, some runners remap next gear and jump to 4 and 5. If you have trouble with the setup I just went over, you might try those keybinds, although it requires a lot of hand position changes during the run. I learned with that setup, so on the input viewer, you'll see 4 and 5 used. Anyway, with that huge info dump done, let's do 2 infinite jumps back up to the cave. At the end of the hall, we have to jump left around the corner. You'll see bits of another room loaded, which creates a hole in the floor here. Jump a bit before the stairs, and then we'll just dash to the end of this cave and head back up into the main room. You can either climb the vines or jump up if you're feeling confident. In here, we'll be going through the broken ceiling to head to the boss room. At this point, the goal will be to infinite jump in place a ton of times in a row and learn how to hold forward while doing it. You'll notice that I let War start his double jump before doing another IJ. Especially when using the horn, you gain height faster with this rhythm than just mashing as fast as you can. We'll be wanting to land on the ceiling on the side with the locked door. We'll be looking for Tiamat's tower and starting to jump out towards it. You can start experimenting with adding dash to your infinite jump, but be careful of the roof around the room. It's invisible from this side, and if you dash into it, you'll bounce off and fall down. We don't want to go for the front of the tower since it has a huge wall, but it ends near where the roof texture stops, so go to the side and fall behind Tiamat's door. And if you look at the minimap, you can see the staircase going up. The loading zone is up the first few steps, so we want to run and act like we're going up. It should trigger near the end of the platform. Now just dash up the stairs however you want and trigger the Tiamat fight. After the cutscene, head to the right and use Q mode to throw this bomb through the fire to where Tiamat will be. You can skip using the boomerang as long as the fire lights up the bomb. When she falls, just use some sword canceling until she starts to get up, then dash away. This next section is just waiting. The ideal scenario is that after she does her 3 charges, she's lined up to have a bomb thrown through the fire at her, similar to the first one, but it doesn't always turn out that way. Dodging or getting hit doesn't matter, just make sure you're near a bomb after the third charge, and use the fire or boomerang to stagger her down. Once she falls again, we move into phase 2. Each time she gets up now, she'll jump in the air and do a big dive bomb attack. We'll be using block on the dive bomb, followed by a lot of sword cancelling. It can take a while to get the timing, but it turns out to be pretty lenient. We want to watch for her to stop tilting back at the top of her jump, then hold Alt. After blocking, just walk close to her and start attacking. If she does a double dive bomb, block the second one and start attacking again. Your position determines which attack she does, and we want to force claw swipes by being really close. Just block these and continue attacking. If your sword cancelling is good, she should only have time for one claw swipe before getting staggered again. If you get hit out of position by something, just dash in close to try to force more claw swipes. If you have a blade geyser left from the garden fight, you can use it to immediately stagger her, but wait a few seconds after the dive bomb for her to be vulnerable. After you get the final hits, we'll just hold left out of the cutscene and walk into the center of the arena to be able to immediately take the warp. Dash forward while trying to skip the cutscene to get to Vulgrim and take the warp. I'll cut this part here, and see you next time for traveling to the second dungeon and sequence breaking the boss fight.
horseman.